All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Microphone check, screen check, caffeine check. Lordy, lordy, lordy. All right, looks like everything's working correctly here. Good, good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Obviously, we are coming into the markets in some, volatility isn't even the right word right now. The markets are going absolutely nuts. Huge amounts of movement. So plenty of opportunities today. We're going to have to play on the safe side. Before we jump on in, though, on the left side of the screen there, make sure to read through the live trading morning prep PDF. Very important to go through and understand everything that's inside there. If you need to read through a little bit more time, you can download that PDF right at the top of the live trading login screen. One way or another, though, make sure to get a hold of that and read through it. That way, you're on the same page as everybody else. All right. Now, since the markets are moving so actively, I'm going to try to do the morning brief stuff as briefly as possible. Holy moly. Hold on. Looking for a short on the NASDAQ. Targets filled. Jeez, OP. Sorry, I know that one was crazy fast. Unbelievable move down. Wow. So the reason I like that was, think of it as a washout, but on the other side of things. I feel like this is going to be the theme today. It's going to be super fast and very difficult to get a hold of sometimes. But we have kind of a reverse washout. We just had a big flush to the downside. We're breaking down through 10,500, and then the market rushes back up. And notice when we start hitting the volume up here, all of a sudden right back at 10,500, a little bit above at 506, it starts getting just slammed with volume again. Those are earlier sellers looking for a continuation leg down. And you can see they're still not done. 10,510s, 509 quarters, 508.75s is getting just riddled with volume right now. So that's important to know, because if the buyers do start breaking higher, these sellers are going to be on the back foot, right? Just because there's volume coming in on the sell side doesn't necessarily mean that sellers are going to win. But I mean, it helps. Anyway, so going through, starting off on the ozone, as expected, the bears did come in and break lower. That's kind of what we were expecting and sort of talking about yesterday, and where every time the market's closed above this channel high, it just gets slapped right back down again, over and over and over again. Very, very frequent. Knowing how common that is good to know, because, well, major objective right now is going to be the lows of the channel. Lows of the channel, that's going to be down, 10,330s, 10,400s, depending on when it gets there. Well, we're at 10,500, and 100 points on the NASDAQ is nothing today. So it might not be that hard to get to. We're going to be opening up with a pretty mighty gap. Going into the cliff, a little bit of a closer view. The big thing that we have on the cliff is that structural breakdown. We had those channels all migrating their way up inside of that larger channel structure, and we're now breaking lower. The larger channel structure bottom is going to be a major objective, but don't lose sight of the spike in channel. Spike in channel to the upside here gives us support at 10,330. Man, you can't write this stuff, right? It's all in the same spot. So that 10,330 area is going to be a little bit of a zone of interest, to say the least. And then zooming in a little bit closer to the hill has some, the 15-minute charts just get buried right now. So far, after the significant bear slide, the sellers really didn't prove much at the time I was writing that. I think it's safe to say that they've kind of proven themselves now. We're breaking through the balance at the bottom. There's some good, there's really good continuation to the downside so far. So we'll have to wait and see what sellers want to do. But right now, the market's opening up. The NASDAQ more than anything else. The NASDAQ's down 1%. Looking at the Dow, it's flat on the day. The S&P is down 0.34. So everybody's going to be watching the NASDAQ. As far as the news goes for today, we did have the 8:30 CPI in Redbook at 8:55, and that's it. We don't have anything until 11 o'clock, and that's the 4- and 8-week bill auctions, 52-week bill auctions at 11:30. Lael Brainard speaking at 2, and James Bullard speaking at 2:30. All right. we still have a long way to go until we hit the market open, and this thing's already just jumping. We are starting to separate away from the moving average a little bit. And although the moving average itself is irrelevant, when you start separating away from it, think of it as an average. It begins to become a little bit more necessary to have a reversion to the mean, have the market come back to where it was before. And we might viably have to take one contract trade today on the micro just to keep risk in line. This is freaking crazy. Whoa. All right, looking for a possible short here. See the market rotate back down again. All right, short on the NASDAQ. Looking for targets at 480.75, and then final targets, again, I mean, given the day type, the potential for a final target just being wide open is definitely viable. We do have some open structural gapping to the upside here that I would like to see the sellers push back against sooner than later here if they're going to break down like that. All right, stop locked in now and see if we can trail. Oh, taken out on the stop. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, today is going to be a freaking rodeo. Oy.